Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Philadelphia. That's the scene for the Raptors. He can shred any defense. Pascal Siakam and his Welcome everybody to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And with plenty of games still ahead, here's a quick rundown of the power rankings thus far. We take a look at the 76ers. They still have a firm hold on that second spot. Strong place to be.
And I feel like Toronto, they know who they are. They know where they want to be. They just have to maintain this level of play and maybe even take it up a notch.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks.
David, he is showing that maturity. Thanks for that report. And here at the midway point of the year, lots of guys banged up, Clark. Is it hard to decide when to play through and then maybe not to play? When to sit?
Yeah, that's a good question, Kevin. And a lot of times it's about pain tolerance, the severity of the injury. Is it something that you can play with that won't linger on and you don't have the possibility of further injury? Those are the factors that go into playing hurt or playing in pain.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Red is out there with Fred VanVleet, and it's Birch in at the center position. And for Philadelphia, Harrison and Embiid together in the middle. Damian Lillard out there with Curry, and it's Green in at the small forward position. 3-on-3, and he uses the glass on the layup.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here's Red Hot. Siakam outside. It's hauled in by Harris. Wide open. The 76ers with another miss. And so VanVleet will bring it up for the Raptors. Pass to Birch. Siakam against Green.
I'm just so impressed with Siakam's offensive improvement over the years. I mean, he's mastering the ability to play in attack mode.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Well, I tell you what, you can't even compare their numbers at the free throw line last season to the numbers this year. I mean, they are so much better.
Murray finds Lillard. Passes it to Embiid. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And how about the defensive impact Embiid has on the floor? He's a great rim protector who can swipe an errant pass every so often.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's just so big. He's mammoth. I mean, he's not only tall and long, he's deep, too. He's a thick guy. So he's an excellent rim protector. Discourages inside attempts at a high rate. Clogs up the paint. That length is a huge asset. And then his foot movement, his agility for a guy of his size is pretty impressive, too.
76ers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Harris inside. Siakam's there. Harris's shot is off. Here's Red Hot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
First one calls for. And Philadelphia making a change here. Drummond's checked in. Good on both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Lillard from outside. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Here's Birch, guarded by Embiid. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. For Philadelphia, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Over in the corner, Lillard. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Lillard's got 6.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
Anunoby finds Siakam. There's Red Hot. A floater, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Not letting that one fly. Drummond using his height and wingspan to deny the shooter.
Here's Birch, guarded by Embiid. Toronto working the ball around now. Curry against Anunoby. And stolen by Drummond. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Embiid wide open. Offensive rebound. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dog at offensive rebound.
And at last season's trade deadline, Andre Drummond traded away basically for a second-round pick. A shockingly low return for a guy who was once considered a franchise player.
He gets that one.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
On the pass to Harris. Down low, Lillard. Score the basket is third after 5 shots. And Greg, why is it that the Pistons got so little in exchange for Drummond?
Well, I think he was an impending free agent. I think Detroit looking to rebuild. Also, it says something about the center position in today's game.
Pass to Anunoby. There's Red Hot, guarded by Curry. There's Red Hot. 29 points for him last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And he was relentless.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here, fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Mark Miles, he's jacked in for Embiid. Jake Hilton comes in for Seth Curry. And Maxey subbed in for Damian Lillard.
Not settling for the layup. Sometimes you got to go strong, and Harris gets the chance to stuff it there. He didn't let it slip by him.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
Hilton's shot was good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Van Vliet passes it to Barnes. Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. And the 3 off target.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Van Vliet's got his second basket of the game.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Passes it to Harris. Cloak loose. Van Vliet up top. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Trent gets the bucket.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now, here's Maxey. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Van Vliet wide open. A three-pointer, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. Looks good from here.
Hilton kicks to Harris. From about 19 feet. and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Trent passes to Siakam. Over Harris. Misses the baby hook. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Philadelphia 76ers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is still as competitive as they come. Here's what he had to say.
I don't fear nobody. And, you know, if somebody going to come after me, I'm going to be right here for it.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
We've got Maxey. Green out there with Porkmars. Then it's Shake Milton. And it's Drummond in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Yeah, you got to get out on that. Siakam demonstrating that ability to hurt you from beyond.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Here's Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifter, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Gets the pass to Boucher, and no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the board, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Oh,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine. Even if he'd have missed it, I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid, he's checked in for Drummond. And Lillard subbed in for Maxey. You know, Greg, we can all agree that Joel Embiid's a superstar in the league with his play, but you get the feeling he's the most criticized superstar in the league right now as well.
You know, pundits and fans have questioned his fitness, his fit, but at the end of the day, he does get it done, and the numbers speak for themselves. Embiid's an outspoken guy, which can invite a lot of criticism.
It's blocked, and it's out of bounds. The 76ers had a return possession here. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Here's Lillard.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And it's blocked. 3 on 3. On the wing, Green. Pass to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Boy, Joel Embiid with the throwdown. Athletic, 7 feet tall, one of the best dunkers in the league.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. How about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1", I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man, and that's the beauty of it. He could be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great play.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Now we get a chance to check out some stats for him.
And if you look at his numbers from an analytics standpoint, the first thing you'll see is that his true shooting percentage is on the rise. This month, he's been a far more efficient scorer than he was earlier in the season.
Curry against Dragic. The pass to Lillard. On deep. Rebound by the Raptors.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
And there's the call on Curry. That's his first foul. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Braddock. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Advantage, skilled at drawing contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
Harris is checked in for Korkmaz. Barnes outside. Pass to Reddick. From deep three-point range. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Lillard outside. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And that's 13 points for Damian Lillard.
A precision pass with Curry, also excellent at seeing his guys when they're open.
Passes it to Reddick. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Harris. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Ken Burge is checked in for Chris Boucher. OG Anunoby comes in for Barnes. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Goran Dragic. There's Embiid. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
The Raptors making a switch here. Barnes is checked in.
I tell you what, when Joel Embiid is healthy, this dude is a super effective player. A polished big man with an arsenal of post moves and shots. He's a handful down there.
Here's Braddock and the rejection by Embiid.
That long reach of Embiid is a real asset on defense. Covers a lot of territory and knows how to snuff out shooters.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Maxey's checked in for Curry.
And love how he's getting himself to the line this quarter. If he keeps it up, it'll end up creating some foul problems on the other side, and that can always help a team's cause.
Barnes passes to Anunoby. Shot clock at 6. The Raptors need to get a shot up. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And the 76ers making a change here. Drummond's checked in. Now here's Embiid. He's guarded closely. No good on that one. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Hey, guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Yeah, and very tough to beat when they're playing up to their capabilities. That's why they're one of the top teams in the league.
And the first one at the line is good. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things, winning, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
Pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Here's Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Boy, the floor awareness and passing ability of Embiid, very impressive, and he continues to grow as a passer.
And there's the pass to Reddick. To the middle, Birch kicks to Van Vliet. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 3. Outside Harris. Pass to Maxey. Puts it up from 15. Here's Drummond. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Out left to the wing. 3-pointer. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Yeah, D with very little pressure. Wow, have been from beyond.
Maxey passes to Harris. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. The 76ers have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. Embiid, no good. There's Red Hot. The 3.
Boy, outstanding hustle from Harris on the defensive end. They're doing a good job to alter shots with that activity.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the fifth.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime.